I was standing on the shores of Inisheer, the easternmost of the Aran Islands. I knew very little of the Aran Islands, except that I was told to go there. I quickly discovered there wasn't going to be a lot of petrol-propelled vehicles to get me around the island, so instead, I did what everybody else did, and rented a bicycle. It was the perfect way to wind through the thin streets, exploring all the historical sites, and admire the beautiful ranch country. On each side, I was flanked by stone walls that had been there for probably generations, and some of the most beautiful clear blue water I've ever seen in my entire life. On the other side of the island, just past the hedgerows and around the bend, I finally saw something I had never expected. In the distance, on the far rocky shore, was a shipwreck. Seeing as I'm an American and I'd never seen the show Father Ted before, I wasn't aware that this ship was even here. The MV Plessy, originally known as the Juliet, served during World War II for the United Kingdom. After the war was over, it was transformed into a cargo ship. And on that fateful day, March 8th, 1960, the ship was caught in a storm while carrying yarn, whiskey, and stained glass and ran aground. Now, thankfully, the entire crew was saved thanks to the locals, but instead of being sunk to the bottom of Galway Bay, it remained here as a monument. As a sight, it was something else. You could just ride your bike right on up to it, and I certainly did. I must have spent the better part of an hour just wandering through this ship, exploring all the little nooks and crannies, being careful not to touch anything, imagining how this ship must have looked back in its prime, imagining all the things that it must have seen, the places that it went, and admiring the beauty of its final resting place. Unlike many other tourist attractions that you might see while traveling the world, this one was completely free. There was no cost, and there were no barriers around it. You could walk right up to it, spend as much time as you wanted to. There were no t-shirts, no tchotchkes being sold, no peddlers, just one single food cart, a guy selling homemade hot dogs and Coca-Cola. The shipwreck itself was a great representation of what the Aran Islands meant to me. A place that was just far enough away to exclude itself from the commercialism that you find in many, many destinations that you'll encounter while traveling around the world. Both welcoming and unspoiled, friendly locals, happy to help out, quick to offer directions or make a suggestion or point my bike the way that I needed to be going or telling me the best way to get to the castle up on the hill. Seriously though, the bike ride to the top of that hill is no joke, but the fruits of your efforts are some of the sweetest that you'll ever taste. Civilization here felt rare and somehow incorporated beautifully, harmoniously into the natural environment of the islands itself. The views I would take in here, however, were nothing compared to what I was about to see on the return boat ride towards Doolin.